if the society is not happy with us at all, whatever we do, they will always have a negative way to perceive us. If we are like fitting the beauty standards, then we are not authentic and we are just following a trend. If we don't fit into a beauty standards and go for a more bold look, we are doing it just for the attention and praises. So we have all heard about pretty privilege and how it is like benefiting a lot of individuals through job opportunities or gaining followers on social media, or according to some articles or surveys also you are trustworthy. But also there's another let's discuss topic called ugly privilege, and today let's get into it.
Game start.
Though there are proofs of pretty privilege existing and how being conventionally attractive has benefited a lot of people, there are also certain times when being less conventionally attractive is actually more beneficial for you. Because if you have seen, when you are like considered pretty or like considered, conventionally attractive, you're just taken seriously because of your looks. If you don't have it, then you're not really taken seriously for your skills or personality or any talent or how you are like good at work or whatever. But while if you are less conventionally attractive, you are taken seriously for your talent, skill, personality, or your work. So in today's video, we will be discussing about changes in celebrities like Doja Cat, or how Madison Beer is obtaining for a more natural look, and how she's like, wearing pimple patches and stuff, and like videos and interviews to show she's like a more natural and not just the influencer kind of a beauty, just to be like taken seriously in her music career. So yeah.
What is going on is the main question here.
So you might think now, what is ugly privilege? So ugly privilege is the idea that individuals who do not conform to traditional beauty standards may experience unique advantages like being judged more for their skills and like their intelligence rather than appearance alone. And it flips the narrative of beauty privilege, where you are taken more seriously because of your attractiveness, and you might get like better social treatment or career opportunities on your attractiveness alone. So there are a few examples in which ugly privilege is rather more beneficial. So they're like in professional environments, you are taken more seriously. Like even though some people enter those environments, enter and like get those opportunities because of their attractiveness, while you being less conventionally attractive can be like taken more seriously for your talent or your work or what you have done, you can do. There are no such assumptions that you just because you're like prettier, you're like less smart and like lack like the expertise in the field and you can't do that work properly, and you just got those opportunities because of being pretty. So you can kind of like avoid those assumptions because of ugly privilege, I guess. There's also reduced objectifications. How like if you're like prettier or like conventionally attractive, you're more objectified by the opposite gender or like everyone to be in general. But if you're less conventionally attractive, your looks are not that much noticed, and that kind of reduces objectification of you. So while harassment affects everyone, it is argued that if you are like societal perceptions of you can like shift because of it. If you're like conventionally attractive, the chances of getting harassed in these ways is rather more if you're less conventionally attractive. So in dating experiences, when you are like conventionally attractive, you're like you always have this fear when like trying to date someone or build like deeper connections. You always feel like your looks are like the main focus, but when you are less conventionally attractive, your looks aren't always like the main focus, and you can build deeper connections and based on your personality, like your humor, your kindness. there are like more chances of you building deeper connections with like being less conventionally attractive. While when you're conventionally attractive, there are like always those fears that the person only wants you for your looks, and that's really it. So they are like more surface level relationship, though it is not like always. Yes, you can build relationship even though you look good, like deeper connections, but there are always the fears is what we can't deny. So when you're like less conventionally attractive, it is like faster to build deeper connections than when you are conventionally attractive. So in the context of Doja Cat has like known for having a bold fashion sense and reinventing her looks, but recently she has shaved off her head and eyebrows to gain a more different sort of look, a more unique way. And though there's nothing really wrong with it, and it's really inspiring how she is like challenging the traditional beauty standards. There are some people who argue that she is whatever she has done, like shaving off her head or eyebrows, is it is done just so she gains like more attention and praises from people for being authentic. So this is where like the question arises. So if you don't fit into the beauty standards, we are like praised for being authentic and like we gain more attention. While when you do fit into the beauty standards, although you're perceived good, you're perceived as like, you know, attractive and all, but you also are not recognized as like authentic. And yeah.
10 or is she mid?
Definitely mid.
Yeah,
Can you
mid.
explain why?
Because listen, she looks like how women are supposed to look, right? Ideally,
So wouldn't that make her a 10?
right, but like mid when we're comparing her to others, right? To the ideal woman, I would say she kind of fits into that. You know, I would say a 10 goes like above and beyond. I see women who look like her all over the place, you know. Where I'm from in Chicago, they're everywhere. So.
Okay, so is it good that Hollywood is actually promoting a woman that looks like a real woman?
Yeah, it is. Although I think ideally Hollywood should promote beauty standards that go above and beyond normality. I think that we should not settle for mediocrity in general in life and that we should promote excellence.
And though Doja Cat has gained a lot more attention and praises from people for expressing her own style and being authentic, while also defying traditional beauty standards, she has also gained criticism for looking a more like devilish something. So yeah, even like defying traditional norms comes at a price. So technically the society is not happy with us at all. Whatever we do, they will always have a negative way to perceive us. If we are like fitting the beauty standards, then we are not authentic and we are just following a trend. If we don't fit into the beauty standards and go for a more bold look, we are doing it just for the attention and praises. So there's another example we can use in this video, which is Madison Beer. Madison Beer is really conventionally attractive and she has gained a lot of visibility in like the music industry because of it. But with that, there's like a lot of accusations that people like say that she has gained all of this because of her looks solely, which is not really fair on her because her music and her talent should be taken into account and how she's really a great artist. But that is where, you know, you kind of think that pretty privilege doesn't really help you that much. Even though she is really conventionally attractive, people still think that she is not talented. Well, you can be both. You can be pretty and you can be talented, but people don't really perceive you as that. So if you have like seen Madison Beer recently, she has appeared in a interview podcast, I think, wearing pimple patches to appear like a more natural look, which is not something like the beauty standards want. Like you never ever seen somebody like, you know, with acne or something to go out naturally without any makeup. So obtaining a more like natural look is letting her gain attention like on her music and not just on her looks.
I have struggled with my skin for the past 3 years, I would say. I never really had acne growing up in my teenagers. It kind of hit me when I was like 19 and 20, and I'm now almost 22, and my acne is just kind of starting to settle and go away. I used to have forehead acne all the time and really horrible cystic deep acne in my cheeks, and I was really insecure about it, and it just was like, I don't know, it could be like crippling obviously, and you don't want to put makeup on it because then it makes it feel and look worse, and it just was, it was bad. So I'm really glad that I found something that works for me.
Another celebrity, Dove Cameron. So if you have seen her in the previous years, she has like been conventionally attractive, and she does have like a doll face that she's recognized for. But recently, her makeup style, her dressing and all is rather more bold and less conventionally attractive. It's not exactly any beauty standard or any aesthetic that she's trying to fit in. And she has publicly spoken about how she wants to be recognized for her talent and not just solely for her looks.
Opening up about her struggles with identity. She posted a series of tearful selfies with an emotional caption explaining the concept of self, my inner relationship to who I know myself to be, and my outer perceivable self who I feel I've never known, but other people seem to. I've been covering mirrors lately. I've been crying a lot lately, sometimes terrorized by my identity and image.
So this is where the contrast between the pretty privilege and the ugly privilege. Like how when you're pretty, you get better social treatment, you're getting treated better, you get career opportunities, but you don't get recognized. While when you're less conventionally attractive, you don't really get that specific amount of social treatment or the career opportunities, but you get recognized for your talent and skills. You're taken more seriously, and you are not really objectified or accused of relying solely on your looks, which is how it happens in pretty privilege. So there have been these celebrities changing her looks from being conventionally attractive to being less conventionally attractive. There are also celebrities like Billie Eilish, who in her start of her career was more, she avoided being this traditional glamorous look that artists have, and she rather chose wearing baggy clothing and stuff, which led to people focusing more on her music. But when, however, she tried to embrace a more traditionally glamorous look, people criticized her to trying to be trying to fit into those beauty standards that she defied before, and trying to chase the trend that was happening. So it kind of shows how it is a double-edged sword, and you can't really do anything to satisfy the people at all. While the concept of ugly privilege has its points and is kind of beneficial at points, but it also has an important, you have to acknowledge that you have to face social penalties for not meeting the beauty standards, like bullying or discrimination or exclusion, to name a few. Also, when talking about ugly privilege, it is to not diminish anybody's experiences. Yes, people do have a lot of negative experiences, but rather it is to understand societal biases and how it's just a weird stuff. But also it is a reminder that privilege and disadvantages also exist in other forms. And yeah, so this was my view on ugly privilege and how I saw it. But if you found this video thought-provoking and if you liked it in any way, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and if you have anything I could talk on, something you want me to talk on, please do comment it down below. I would love to take a dive into topics that challenge us, how we see the world. And this is it. Bye.
Game start.